My name is Kelvin. I am the export manager in EXN.
And my name is Matthew, and I'm the marketing manager of EXN.
EXN is established about 4 years. This year will be the 5th year. After 2 years, starting from the 3rd year, we are focusing on the local market.
MSF has been an established racing series in Malaysia for about a decade. EXN as a local company, a Malaysian company, we would like to show our support to the local scene. MSF as a renowned racing series in Malaysia, we managed to get some exposure and we stepped a foot into the racing scene, which we could show more of our product quality and also to expose ourselves to the racing market.
This treatment actually is it's quite harsh, especially on the car engines. Okay, we have 5 cars in total under EXN. First one is Evo 3, and then we have Satria, Jazz, and the Saga. Last but not least is Toyota Starlet.
Yeah, and especially the Evo 3 has been with us for about 3 years now.
We have tried on the our Turbo Tech 1060 on the Evo 3, on the Jazz, and also the Starlet. The result and response was great. And then, however, we also tried on the Molly Racing 550 on the Saga.
We ran the new Molly Racing 550 on the Satria and the new Molly Plus 1040 on the Saga. The temperatures were great, the drivers were very happy, and they had no issues at all with the run during the event. We put in the oil, and then temperature readings were given by the racer. So Salim told us the temperature were all great. It was running at 80-ish, about 80 throughout the whole race. And then once the race was done, we extracted the oil and then we brought back to our lab and then we tested it.
Now on hand we have around about 9 countries. Okay, first of all Singapore, the nearest, and then China, which is we cooperate with them for quite some years, since it's an EXN established 4 years ago. Okay, so we have Vietnam market as well, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, we have one in Tonga, Taiwan, Hong Kong.
We do our own manufacturing for the oil lubricants, so new products can come out anytime. EXN strives to be our motto, which is the lubricant expert. Our core value in our company is all about quality. So with quality, then we will push for greater
market, such in now, because currently we are working on the Asia market, and hopefully soon we'll be in the whole world international.
See you in MSF.
EXN, the lubricant expert.
Hi, I am Hong Shik Chan, the Managing Director of HK Motorsport. The sole supplier of Hankook Motorsport tire in Malaysia. We HK Motorsport started to have the partnership with MSF from 2017, which is last year, and this year we are still continuing, and we are very happy with MSF series performance. To MSF only, every year we supply 4,000 to 5,000 pieces of tires. How many is 4,000 to 5,000 pieces? This storage, the capacity is about 2,000 pieces, which means only the tires for MSF series per year annually, it will be double or 2.5 times of the tire capacity of this storage. RS4, which is this tire, at Sepang circuit, averagely depending on the car, but averagely 2 seconds lap time has been improved, which is quite a bit. And also on the public road side, the wet performance 15% more improved comparing to RS3, which is the old model. Many of the racing drivers, they told me the grip level of RS4 is completely different from grip level of RS3. At the corner, the cornering speed, they can feel, they can go a lot more, they can try a lot more, so it's very challenging. They haven't found the limit of the grip level yet. We are very, very happy with the partnership with MSF, and we are sure that we can have a lot bigger picture together with MSF. And we are actually already talking about something new, and the partnership between Hankook Tire and MSF will be getting stronger. Hankook Tire and MSF, we are contributing into Malaysian grassroots motorsport. I hope you all can enjoy our contribution into the
Alright, welcome back folks to MSF round 2, and now we are in the race 2 in the Super 1000 Class C, and it looks like the riders has gone out for their formation lap. So it was a very, very good race today, despite the a bit of a mishap in the turn 1 where the oil spill. Luckily there's no affected with the racing line, but it looks like the riders are up and all in full force. I'm your commentator today. My name is Mok, and we would like to give a shout out to our sponsors for the Superbikes, which are K-Tech suspension, and also the Pirelli and Toyo Lube, who will also be actually in the new Super Rookie category, which is the Toyo Lube category. So in this category, we also have, as you can see, the Super 1000cc and the Super Rookie, but it seems today the rookie class has been pushing in some formidable times, and I don't know if that's going to get a penalty or not, but it's most likely that they should be competing in the 1000cc Class C as well. I think in the on the screen where I was seeing right now, I think it's Fazrul Hakim, is it? Number rider 232. And let's hope that the weather wouldn't be too hot. And again, that's just now, I was out with Liu earlier in the South Paddock, and I was surprised even because just now we just had like our lunch break, and surprisingly, like, these riders are just dehydrated, and they are lying down and everything. And right now they are back on track, and hopefully that these riders can give their full concentration. Okay. And looks like the formation lap has ended, and riders are now queuing in for the grid start.
Tadi ya, itu rider. Ada satu rider Petronas ke? Ada. Bukan. Yang pakai baju Petronas.
All right, so we're finally back in. Welcome, Liu. And Liu just left me alone right now. Right now, Liu is I would say, the Superbike Sifu right here, where he knows almost every single rider right here.
No. So we are back again with Class C Super Rookie Hit 2. So you can see over here right now. Okay, so we have it right here right now. On the front grid, Chia Zhenxia, Muhammad Zahid, Muhammad Haris, Aaron Tay, and also Muntasa. Well, that actually leaves Zalika back on number 9, which that was a rider that we were rooting for back then. Zahid Latif, when we get back onto his pit, we had this interview with him, and we are just wondering, like, what the hell happened to him? Why was he looking on his bike? There must be something going wrong. Well, he had some feedback. He did not have a field on his front end. So what was that about? It was something to do with his damper setting and stuff like that. The front was wobbling. Well, he got it sorted right now. Let's see if there will be some exciting race coming on. So this is our race champion here, Chia Zhenxian, on the Yamaha R6 that came along with Zahid Latif, 1 and 2, on a hit 1.
So, Leo, what do you think right now? We're seeing also in the grades as well, Kenneth Chan in ICR Spartans as well. Regardless, he's in the rookie category, but he's actually ahead of like five Super 1000 casual contestants as well. I mean, participants as well.
Yeah, I mean, like he entered on the Toyo Super Rookie. He was one of the front runner, and in fact, he's not just a front runner. He actually overtook quite a few of Group C's. But that also means that there's people like Mohammad Fikri on the previous round has actually had a brake fade, and he ran into let's call it sandbox. he ran wide without the brakes. He went all the way into turn 4, and as of we had an interview with Fikri just now. So he said that there's a brake fade and stuff like that. He came in with like a 50% brake pads, and now it's gone in the race. So I guess in a race preparation, everyone needs to pay minute detail onto everything. Despite the fact that it's only the 5 lap, you just need to give everything 110% out in this 5 lap. So as you can see, the pit crews and the umbrella girls, they are getting off the grid. So what we have here right now is that, are we going on to the warm-up lap, or
no,
are we?
I think we've already just
right
around the warm-up lap, and I think
so. This is the race. Once everyone's ready. The racers are ready. We are ready. Are you guys ready? The race is going to start anytime right now. Once the light goes off and the race is on. So anytime right now.
I think surprisingly, I think at this we can't see it in the camera itself.
That's okay. That's the green. So no, this is a warm-up lap actually.
Oh, okay. So
yes, correct.
It was some sort of formation lap, wasn't it? My goodness.
So in every round there is always a round to there's a sighting lap for the riders to come out from the pit, and they grid it in. So right after the gridding, they will need 1 lap to warm up their tire. So, whether or not 1 lap is enough or not, whether or not you have a tire warmer, you still need to do it. With or without it, there's just 1 lap left. Everyone has the same advantage over everyone else. Some people actually have the CC to cover it. Some people don't have the CC to cover it. So you need to have the riding skills to cover it. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of those white patches and stuff. Those white patches are those powders that we lay on the track to avoid, to seep up the oil so that, they don't have the oil spillage. So we have that in turn 4. We have that in turn 1. So like I said, previously, this is all the game changers. These are the restrictions that is being placed by environment to the riders, to race.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because we're actually in a scrutinized time, and anyways, race can't be delayed too long, and the race must go on, and whatever that the pit crew or the the marshal, the circuit marshal, if there is an oil spill and whatever, they need to attend it, and you can't just scrape it off.
Well, that's the only way, like just laying down the white powders, tepung lah.
Yeah.
So you just need to lay down the white powders, and racers will have to choose a different line.
Yeah.
Well, some of them still choose to actually go over the white powders, which is not a problem because the function of the powder is just to seep up the oil.
Yeah.
So, but mentally, these guys are actually restricting themselves squeezing themselves into the kind of lines that they feel comfortable with. That's a nice wheelie there.
Yeah.
Some riders are charging in and out of the track, but this is just all to warm up their tires. So, of course, having said that, we have two 600cc riders leading the whole Class C and also Super Rookie Club. So I hope that we can see some difference over here right now. I don't think the contenders are going to change much, but the competition stays on.
But yeah, like you mentioned earlier, I think there's a much possibility that these riders are holding up their gas. Right, this is the second race, so the first race maybe they just like to
warm up,
get a bit of a trying to gouge their participants and see where the racing lines is, where the most probable timing for them to find a spot for them to overtake,
Well, naturally, right, on the hit 1, you still be able to collect points. The racers are still able to collect points. But it's on a hit 2 when all this whole trophy and all this ceremony actually happens. So I guess this will be the most interesting time for them to go. So most of the racers, as we know, they are all looking on hit 2. We are looking at hit 2. Everyone else is looking at these riders on hit 2. This will be the final race on today. For today, of course, this will be the deciding race.
Yeah, but I suppose that in Class C we're seeing if they reach a certain track times, isn't it? Then they would be sort of penalized because then
there would be, but that would be all based on the officials.
Yes.
So I guess we have a few minutes left. Right. Okay, you know what? The light goes on and the race is on, leading up by Chen Jinxian again. Zahid Latif on second, Aaron Tay on third, Muntasa dropped 1 position, Haris on 5th. So everyone squeezing into turn 1, avoiding the white patch, of course. Everyone squeezing in the line. Who takes the lead? There is still the same one, the Chen Jinxian still got on the turn 2.
Asama is still in the 6th position, followed by Fazrul Hakim on the 7th as well. And Balijit Singh is as well in the 8th position. And
so this is coming out on to turn 3, Alpha turn 3, going into turn 4. I can see some riders actually disregard the white powder. They ran it in.
You can just see white smoke just flying out right there and everything.
Those are just powders. There's nothing to worry about. Yes, managed to sip out all the oil. On the left-hander, turn 6 coming on. Now they are still charging in and stuff.
Yep.
So it's just first lap because MSF series only have 5 laps. So every single lap is a chance to overtake. So therefore, you need to take all chances available during that time.
I think it's mostly most crucial. So the first lap, because you need to get a bit more distance away from your
correct. But due to the mixed grid, you have a 600 and also 1 liter. Most of the 1 liter can actually close up the gap in the front back straight and the front straight. But nonetheless, most of the timing being collected on the front straight and also the back straight, it would mean somewhere between about 1 second or so. So most of the time, you will be collected on the turn itself, not the straight itself. Well, we find this a little bit more balanced. So therefore, you see a 600 in front instead of a 1 liter.
Yeah, we're seeing Osama right now in going in the long straights, having a considerable distance, and I think it's making sure. I think Well, I suppose that he's way behind like Muhammad Haris, isn't it?
Well, previously he was behind, considering that he has his leg injuries and stuff. So he's still performing quite well. So, but this is too early to tell because every leg injuries on the first starting lap is not too bad.
Yeah.
Well, he might have some complications in the further lap. I'm not going to jinx it, but let's just say that that he's pushing as hard as he can, coming out from turn 15. So he's pushing as far as he can from the other riders. Well, maybe before the leg acts up again, he's looking back, checking on the distance that he lead. There's quite a big lead from Osama, getting into turn 1, leaving at least 2 seconds ahead from all the rest of the competitors.
Yes. It's almost like 3.9 seconds difference as well, In second, Aaron Tay, and third, Muhammad Haris, and also Muntasa in fourth. Chia Zinxiang actually followed from he was leading in first grid and went to fifth, and also Muhammad Zahid now in sixth position.
Well, I'm not sure if Zahid is still having that head shake issue, but I'm very, very sure at this position, he will be shaking his head right now.
Yeah. We're looking at the rookie class as well. And Kieran actually gone up. He's now in 11th position as well.
No, the 11th position is really, really good for a super rookie. Well, he's actually he's actually racing against a bunch of Group C's.
Yeah. But we're seeing Osama is putting in. I think he's giving his second lap a good lead, and I think probably that's a good strategy as well.
Yeah, I know. If it's not now, he have to wait another 2 more months before the next race. So he has been someone that wanted to race, and despite the leg injuries, he's still pushing at it. There's the kind of spirit that you can find only in those riders. The true riders who actually just disregard everything. Just go. What the hell? Just go race it. I guess he looks quite comfortable having just about a 4 seconds lead over at Aaron Tay. What's interesting that if we can actually have the visuals on Ng Kiran, which is bike number 151, which is steadily increasing on his position from the super rookie. So what you have here right now is wait, who is this? we can't get a visual
because I can't see
the number as well. Yeah.
But I'm looking at the sector time. I mean, because usually the first lap we just launch from the grid, and eventually when you're going to the second lap, it's going to be a bit more faster, right? So it's good to see Osama is actually pushing in, clocking in a very, very fast sector timing in the lap, and we're entering the third sector, and I think the fastest in third sector is Muhammad Haris, isn't it? No.
Yeah, but it clearly shows that Osama is not going down at all. He's still improving on his lap time. He has just increased about a few seconds. He's now at 225 seconds per lap, and he's still leading. Well, you can see one rider coming from inside of the turn. Can he outbreak them out of Haris? Haris getting into turn 1 along with Chia Zhenxian. Yeah. And followed by his teammate Aaron on his Yamaha R1. So we have this position over here, Osama on the lap 2. 3 more laps to go, leading Fazro on the position 6 for just about... Wait, what? It's not just about 7, it's bloody 7 seconds.
But I mean, Liu, I'm pretty much speechless. You're just seeing... It's like we're not seeing much of a differences in terms of horsepowers in these capacity and superbikes, isn't it? But we're seeing a massive time difference. Yeah.
Well, the whole difference is maybe some riders has pushed their tires to the limit on the heat 1, and some other riders like Osama, he's been conserving his tire. What's matter most is the heat 2. So as long as he's collecting some points on heat 1 and he's scoring in heat 2, we are possibly talking about the major championship point for this round is going towards Osama.
We're seeing actually Ng Kiran rider 151. He's actually doing very, very well. He's just gone up to 10th position. And he's clocking actually a really good timing at 2 minutes 32 seconds for a rookie, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what timing that he used to do on a ZX10 back then, he was about, he's a 226 rider. So obviously he's, the sense of speed, into the corner, out of the corner is pretty much the same. But having a different machine in just such a short notice from previous season until this season, he has dropped 400 cc's. So yeah, naturally his time would drop like 4 or 5 seconds ahead. So we were hoping that, he would actually pick up a little bit further. So it shows some challenge instead. On Fikri's side, he had a brake fade, went all the way into turn 4 without the brakes. Considering that he has that kind of motivation to push himself back up again, he's back up in number position number 9. So back then when he was qualifying, he did a qualifying of like 5th or 6th if I'm not wrong. He has dropped about 3 positions. Climbing up with a damaged bike is really, really not easy.
All right, so passing on, completing 3 laps, now 2 laps to go. We got...
oh, that's an inside.
Oh, wow, yes. All right, so leading in the Super 1000 Class C, Osama in first and Chia Zinsang in second. Muhammad Haris has fallen down to third. And Aaron Tay is maintained in 4th position, and 5th Mutasa. And Muhammad Fazrul Hakim in 6th, and Zahid Latif in 7th.
Well, there might be some settings of damper that, Zahid was having a problem since heat 1. So, he, apparently it has been sorted. But I guess, sometimes certain things, the minute changes on racing, it brings a total new feeling. So, he's not sure about his bike. Up in his mind, he's pretty much thinking is that, he was, rightfully the champion last year. Blew it up during the last race, which is on December, which was a wet race.
Yep.
So I guess since then, it has affecting him since then.
Osama still leading in a 3.26 seconds gap, and I think Chia Zinsang in the second rider 717 is actually trying to get closer, but every time, every corner, I think exiting corner, you can see Osama actually pulling away, isn't it?
Yeah, but of course, the second rider, which is Chia Zhenxian, he's closing up on the gap. Considering that he's riding a 600, look at that speed that he's charging into the corner.
Yes.
He's closing up Osama really close on turn 14. There's almost like wheel to wheel over there.
Oh.
Exiting of turn 15. Is he gonna get it? I don't think so. Osama pulled a wheelie.
Osama just pulled out a wheelie right there.
Yeah, but that position is very close and comfortable for Chia to get into the turn. So he might not get into the turn this round, but because there's 2 more laps to go, no point risking it. He might try it on the next lap. So because on the next lap we have 2 laps to go right after this this finishing line crossover. That's gonna be the 1 last lap to go. Well, they've actually crossed the last lap barrier. Still on Osama, Chia, Muhammad Haris, and Aaron Tay. So Muntasa actually passed on to P5 and leaving the rest of a good few seconds behind them.
Yeah, and it looks good that Chia Zinsang is not in.
He's coming from the inside, and that's a very good overtake from Chia.
Oh, fantastic.
So he has actually overtook Osama from turn 2 from the inside.
Let's see if Osama is gonna be a bit more offensive, and this time I think he really caught him. Really caught him out of guarded.
Yeah, I mean he has some leg injuries.
Yeah.
Particularly is on the right leg.
Yeah.
So obviously he has some issue after a long lap over here. Chia is leading Osama all the way into turn 6, leaving Osama right at the back of him.
Fantastic riding right there.
I mean, that's a very good move.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
That's very bold of Chia because other than turn 2 for a 600, to go into the 600, to go against a 1000, the only sector left is the sector 3, which is all the way to the end of the whole session.
Yep.
So he has only left with 4 more turns to attack. So, why not now?
Yeah. I think that's a very good strategy done by Chia. And Osama, I think he's trying, he's doing his best. He got a bit better in his sector 2 timing in 32.27 actually. So I think he's trying to push harder and try to catch again.
He is, but looking from Chia's line, he's going wider and wider. Osama is still attacking, but I just don't think that this is the right time to attack because the gap is quite far right now, so there's no point of attacking in this sense.
Yes.
I think his leg is acting up on him right now. Chia is going on a very, very comfortable out of turn 14 right now. Very, very comfortable, leaving Osama like a clear 2 seconds behind.
I think most of them only like a 1 second gap right there.
You know,
Okay,
this
that's
is
a
the
2
last
seconds
turn of the last race for the day. You know, for the
Yeah.
Hit 2 Super Rookie and also Class C. Can Osama's 1 liter outbreak
He's
Chia
just
from the
speeding
inside?
into turn 15.
From the inside.
Can he make it? Oh my god.
Okay, could that be a switchback? Osama is running wide.
Oh no. Oh.
Chia did a switchback. This is his only chance, but you know, he blew it.
That was really
That was a great
unfortunate, but
switchback.
it was a good effort
Chia
done by
1, Osama 2.
That was
Coming
really...
in close is Haris coming into the checkered flag, followed by
Aaron Tay in
and
fourth.
Muntasa.
And then coming in 6th position, Fazrul Hakim, and Muhammad Zahid Latif is also in 7th position.
My God!
Yeah, that just caught us off guard. I mean,
you know, seriously, that was a beautiful move by Osama. It's just that he ran a little bit wide. He was too greedy on the brakes. He was too greedy on the entry speed. He ran wide. Chia took the chance. He saw it. He took it.
It's either Chia may have probably taken a bit of early break or early throttle, but I think Osama must have just floor, because we just saw earlier before turn 14 in going to turn 15, right?
It was
a bit like 1 second gap, and then suddenly he just zap and he just tried to.
That was greedy. Osama was being a little bit greedy. That's a celebrity wheelie from Osama. That's not too bad for someone that broke his leg.
Yeah.
Well, we are hoping that he could come back on the race round 2. Which is happening on July.
Well, starting from 6th position and ending up in the 2nd podium, I think he'll probably take that podium.
Yeah, he will probably come back.
He'll come back, and it was a fantastic display.
On the finishing line for Toyo Super Rookie, that will be the one that will be taking off the champion will be In Kiran. Clocking in 2:32, just nice. Well, that's the time bracket they're looking at. Coming on number 2, that will be Chin Ming Chen.
Ching Min Chun from Motomatic.
From Motomatic, they're from JB. And coming on 3rd, that will be Kenneth Chan on his naked bike.
Yes. Sorry, correction.
Eric Goh.
Eric Goh in Motomatic as well, and Kenneth Chan in 4th, Amos Lim in 5th, and Kishore. I was surprised. I thought Prakash Nadu was actually doing well in the first position.
It's pretty much just drained out, I guess. Let's just wait for the official result. This is a provisional one that we can see whoever that passed on the finishing line. Let's wait for the official result, and let's just see which local heroes that we have right now would be taking on the championship.
Anyways, folks, we would like to give a shout out to our sponsors today, and also Pirelli for us providing a special sponsors, Pirelli and Kitak and Toyo Loop for the Superbike.
Okay, here we have the result. Chia Zhenxian 1, Osama 2, Haris on P3, Aaron Tay P4, and Muntasa on P5. That's quite disappointing for Zahid Latif, which actually he got up into like P1 or P2 on the previous race, and now he's back on 7. So I guess the highest championship point right now, unofficially from us, that will be Chia Zhenxian on Yamaha R6 717 after completing a gruesome 5-lap battle with Osama. Well, I guess rightfully, he deserved it.
Yeah. But I think there was some difficulty with Taufik's bike, wasn't it? Because Taufik, he couldn't complete.
We are expecting him to come out, but just somehow, it didn't really come out. So yeah, this is race. Yeah, anything might happen. Every single turn is very, very crucial.
So in the Super Rookie, and Kiran in 1st, Ching Min Chun in 2nd, and
Eric Goh, Kenneth Chan on P4, and Amos Lim on P5.
Kenneth Chan in the Super Duke 1290. That's actually a very interesting bike there.
That's a very, very talky bike. I wouldn't say that they have much of a top speed, but considering that it's going against a bunch of 600s. So you see, Ng Kiran is having R6, Chin Ming Chun ZX6, Eric Goh CBR6, and then Kenneth Chan. So not too much a lot for the Ducati V4S. I was really hoping that I could see some more action from the V4S.
Yes.
We are talking about 300,000 ringgit worth of action.
And you see some applause from the, I think, race teams as well.
Yeah, there's race team and there's fans and there's spectators and there's friends and stuff like that. It's really nice, the whole post celebration, whether or not you make it to the podium or not. But most important part of the race is actually finishing up the race.
We're seeing quite a good amount of spectators as well. I mean, MSF, you can come for free in the grandstands, and if you were to go into the south paddock or the north,
That was about 35
ringgit, and I think like we got like a good amount of spectators because now we're seeing more food trucks there.
Yeah.
Monster Energy drinks giving out free drinks as well.
We are looking at a bunch of crowds.
Yeah.
Saya bersama dengan Azwan Malik daripada kategori 1000cc. Okey, abang, apa yang terjadi tadi pada sesi hit yang pertama tadi?
Masa hit yang pertama tadi, so far okey, cuaca terlalu panas. Awal-awal tu boleh catch up untuk daripada grup depan, then saya fight dengan Ahmad Fuad, nombor 1, 2, 4 lebih kurang. And then ada potong, ada lah sikit kan. So tapi biasalah, dia pun nak catch up depan, I pun nak catch up depan. So kita fikir ada race tu kan. So play safe jugalah.
Maknanya target podium lah hari ni.
InsyaAllah race tu InsyaAllah podium. InsyaAllah try target podium.
Okey, kita doakan yang terbaik tu abang. Dan sedikit apa pendapat tentang MSF? Baik.
MSF it's good untuk yang new rider. Dia boleh develop experience untuk pergi race yang lebih jauh lagi lah. So ini orang cakap entry point untuk permulaan, untuk rider-rider baru, untuk nak rasa grid, race punya feel. So excited jugalah sebab ramai kawan, ramai sponsor apa semua kan. Meriah. So ada live lagi apa semua kan.
Okey, terima kasih banyak Abang Malik. Saya ucapkan yang terbaik untuk petang ni. Okey, alright. Okey, sekarang saya berada dengan Kapten Malik. Okey, di Falik. Kapten Falik. Dan saya dikabarkan bahawa tahun lepas abang ni dia daripada grup C dan tahun ni dia upgrade ke grup B dan dia main dengan grup A. Jadi apa rahsia bang boleh cepat gila meningkat naik ni?
Rahsia tu tak ada, just practice, correct teknik and then belajar dengan orang yang betul. Ni my Sifu Azwan Malik ni memang banyak tolong lah, improve saya punya skill and timing. And then belajar sendiri tu, tengok balik video-video GoPro kan. Belajar daripada situ lah.
Maknanya memang technical lah abang ni memang technical dan juga mileage lah, mana practice semua kan. So maknanya berapa cc general ni bang?
Kalau ikutkan cc dia 1285. Itu cc dia, tapi dekat body model dia 1299.
Alright. Apa harapan hari ni?
Maintain pace yang buat tadi, satu. And then
Podium lah.
kalau dapat alhamdulillah.
Mesti nak menang kan. Racing pun kena kalah kan. Okey mas, saya ucapkan tahniah. Apa hal? Thank you. Alright. Okay, saya sekarang bersama dengan Mr. Kif Chia daripada KTEX Malaysia. Ialah salah seorang tuner untuk suspension. Jadi untuk weather yang macam ni Mr. Kif Chia, apa setting sesuai untuk track kalau ikutkan dengan tayar baru RS3 ni?
Ya, yang pertama temperature ni kita kena monitor dengan tire pressure dulu. Lepas tu tire pressure biasa kita nak letak rendah sikit. About 2 to 3 PSI lower. Lepas tu suspension kita kena set bagi yang sesuai, yang lembut sikit, bagi dia dapatkan grip lebih sikit. And then especially traction dari corner, and then masuk corner bagi dia senang sikit. So kita kena adjust lah humidity, tire temperature semua lah.
Banyak parameter
Yes.
Untuk dapatkan suspension tuning yang terbaik untuk motor anda, boleh datang ke KTEC Malaysia. Okey, Mr. Kim Chan, terima kasih banyak.
Yeah.
Okey. Okey, sekarang saya bersama dengan Steven Chua, juara kategori Group B pada tahun lepas. Jadi tahun ni kita ada ramai challenger untuk Group B. Jadi apakah cabaran dan apakah yang keyakinan yang ada sekarang ni dekat Steven Chua?
Okay, yes, there's many new riders that coming in and very experienced rider as well. So it put up a lot of fight, as you can see just now during qualifying and the race one. I have a lot of hard time because all of us have the same lap time, and it really make the challenge more tough this year than last year. And they are really good riders, and it's not really easy to just make a maneuver, especially we are all in the same pace. So that's definitely put up a good fights, and I'm sure this is going to be a good show for 2019 for Group B, because all of us are at the same pace, and let's see who is going to be a better rider towards the end of the year, and whoever can do it will be definitely the champion for this year.
Okay, alright. Apa-apa pun kita ucapkan tahniah dan yang terbaik kepada Steven Chua. Okay, alright. Okay, thank you. Alright. Okay, saya sekarang bersama dengan Wan Fuad. Dikabarkan dia ada cerita tahun lepas dengan Azwan Malik. Jadi boleh cerita sikit tak apa yang terjadi action dekat turn 9 tu?
Nak kata terjadi apa-apa tu memang tak adalah. Itu adat race lah. Adat race, so ada ruang tu saya masuk lah. So saya tengok dia pun agak break awal ke saya tak pasti ke, tapi saya nampak ada ruang, saya masuk je lah.
Maknanya memang fight betul lah Saya dengar 5 lap memang fight side by side lah kiranya
Dia katakan fight juga lah, saya pun tak pasti siapa belakang saya apa semua kan. Yang saya pasti dia potong saya, so saya excited lah nak potong balik tu je lah.
Itulah action yang ada di MSF Superbike. Jadi apa-apa pun hari ni kita doakan yang terbaik untuk abang. Okey bang, terima kasih banyak
Alright, welcome guys. Welcome back to MSF. And right now I'm here with Jiao, and he is actually competing in the Super 1000 Group A, and it's actually his first time. He has never been raced officially sanctioned in Sepang. So Jiao, tell me, how's your experience today?
Yeah, it was very good actually, because I always come Sepang, but it's usually on the track days. Yeah, so it's actually my first time being on the starting grid at Sepang. Yeah, so the experience was quite positive. I was very excited about it. Yeah, I'm glad that I did well.
So I understand just now you actually got a pole position and actually in third position, right? And you're right behind Azwan Malik. So tell me, how's like Azwan Malik right on the track?
Oh, I didn't even get to see him. He's too fast.
Okay, so in the coming race too, what do you think? Is there any particular strategy or attires that you might need to consider in suspension or something?
Not really, but I hope the weather would cool down a bit more. The floor temperature is actually quite high now, so the tire seems to lose a bit of grip. So hopefully afterwards we will get a better weather.
Well, in the Group A category, I'm aware that some riders they said that they are actually putting a bit less on the gas because they're just trying not to be too much fast. What do you think about that? Do you think that in the second race they're going to be a bit more riders going to be a bit more aggressive?
Yeah, I hope so. Keep the RPM high.
Okay, right. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Anyways, I'll catch you later in race 2 category. Yeah? All right, see you later. Welcome back, folks, to MSF Super 1000 Class A and B and Super 400. I am your commentator today, Mok.
And I'm Liu. So this event is brought to you by, obviously MSF series. We have this class of Super 1000 A, B, and 400 Super 400 cc's on the same grid, sharing the same grid with 45 bikes, all for different kinds. So you know what, different strokes for different folks.
And we're actually seeing quite a tough race earlier this round from race 1, isn't it, Leo?
Yeah, it is. Especially looking at Fuad, he's blocking Azwan Malik, and Jahao is an upcoming one. He came out of nowhere. There's of course a TV Jin from Team Hyap X Suzuki Racing. This is his first race in MSF. He has been an old timer in MSVK, and of course you have like people like Dominic, which is also quite a new guy in MSF, and you have the old guy from Dirashtan from Singapore. So you have this new guy, old guy. We don't know them. They don't know them. They are all looking at each other. They're just being confused. Which is my competitor exactly? Because as it is, there is 45 bikes in a grid. So right now we have this 5 minutes bot. They are going out for their, I suppose this will be their warm-up lap, yes. I suppose, right?
So Liu, you were mentioning to me like earlier, you said that 70% of like riders like are freshly new, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all new. So 70%, almost every single time of MSF Superbikes race, we have 70% of new riders into the grid. So we don't know them. They, obviously they don't know us as well. Yeah. So it's up to the spectators to see which are their local heroes over in this race.
We're looking at there's some interesting development there. There's ada photo shoot lagi, with like some families there and everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what's nice and lovely about MSF series. It's not just all professional stuff. Yeah. These are professional races. Most of them actually comes from MSVK in the Group A. So they have this opportunity to have, their families and stuff. Now you have these MSF girls.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, it definitely draws the crowd, isn't it?
Oh, that's really, really long legs,
And we look at the MSF president there,
hey, wait, is that Adian on the 5 minute board?
Yeah, he's end up being...
I thought that I would expect him in the commentary room right now.
Yeah, he's supposed to be replacing me, but I think he got a bit of excited there. And
there's two girls with long legs, know.
Like say, why not? Rather than sitting in the commentary box with
exactly.
you, I might as well be with some girls.
Exactly.
Well, whatever it is, I'm enjoying a cold aircon room right here. It's very, very hot. It's still 38 degrees outside.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you imagine the track temperature right now, which is, if let's say the ambient temperature is about 30-something over here, the track temperature would pretty much reach about, 68 degrees Celsius and stuff like that. This Jahao over here on his maiden race, putting up pressure onto Azwan. Yeah, I hope that he's putting up pressure.
Yeah, I mean, like if Azwan is realizing like this guy has never competed in a Sepang sanctioned race before.
Yeah,
and he just comes into a Class A category and then boom, he's in third position.
Okay, stuff like like someone like Azwan, he's pretty much a calculated rider. So he has evaluated his race, he has evaluated the strategy.
So about 3 minutes to go, and before we start our last finally warm-up lap, again we'd like to thank our sponsors for supporting MSF, starting from K-Tech Suspension and Pirelli Tires
as an official tire,
and Toyo Lube, and TOC Automotive College as well for providing some of their supports, Foster Motorsports and Hankook, and also on Exin Lube. All right, so I'll excuse myself because the great boy has finally arrived. He's having a sip of his drink. Adian, he will probably take over me. And we're looking at Fuad just chilling on his bike, everything. So, Leo, do you think that this time, as always, race 2, they're really gonna push this?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna push this, really. Because on a hit one, they have been pushing. Fuad has been blocking Azwan Malik. Azwar Malik being, a calculated rider, he has his strategy. Trust me, this is going to be like really the race of the first round. You know what? Anytime right now, once the light goes off, it's going to be on the race, hit 2, last race for the day for Superbikes. Who is going to clinch the championship right now? Oh, there seems to be a bike that couldn't be started. Who is that? That will be on the 5th. 5th position would be Dominic. Is it Dominic?
It was a naked bike. It was a naked bike that I saw go out.
Right. What number? Can we see the number over here?
2 something.
23 something.
Muhammad Hairi?
Muhammad Hairi. 236.
Oh, the engine bogged down. And they're trying to push start, and he's got to go. He's got to exit.
Well, I guess the race have to go on.
So the race is over before it even starts for Hairi. Unfortunately, he has the opportunity to start from the
the engines
north
is
pit
all
lane.
wrapped up. This is the warm-up lap. Well, as you can see on the grid of a Super 1000 Class A and also Class B, the warm-up itself is pretty much aggressive. You can see that they are demanding more and more performance from the tire. Well, thank God we had a Pirelli V3 on this round, so they can demand a little bit more.
I tell you what, you can't see from the camera. I just came up from the grid. It's the dark clouds at the back of the horizon.
Yeah, I actually noticed it. But thank God for for those Superbike riders, the temperature has actually dropped drastically on ambient, but I guess the temperature on track do retain. So I guess it's going to take about a little bit more, about what, 20-30 minutes before the temperature actually drops.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they will able to make it through the 5 laps before the rain hits us. But looking at the sky just now, it's definitely going to come. It's just whether it comes now or whether it comes later when the cars are racing.
Yeah, but what's nice is that in this morning, I've actually checked the weather forecast. There is actually an 80% chance of rain from 8 a.m. onwards until 6 p.m.
That's a forecast for Malaysia every day.
It didn't happen. So
yeah, it's going to rain when? Anytime?
So, I don't know. If I feel like it, it's going to rain.
So did you throw any used underwear up on the roof?
No, but there's really something quite amazing about Sepang, where it's about to rain, it didn't rain. When it rained, it really rained.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, even like on a year-end, like MotoGP and stuff like that, you have a half track that has rain, which is a wet race, and the other half of the track, which is dry. So this is actually a very challenging track. If you ask me, seriously, this is the most challenging track in
probably in the world. Due to our climate.
Oh, that's a race hand.
Oh, it's pulling out.
Oh my God, who is that?
Fuad.
Oh, Seb Night Willy.
Warm up tu. I think he overheated the front tire, so he need to cool it down a bit. So he pops one. Okay, 137. Yeah, what's that?
Who's that?
200. Afiq. Daniel. Adoy.
Oh, Daniel Bogus.
I know I spoke to him in between the races and he said the reason why his performance dropped off just now. Look at the background. Yeah, the reason why his performance dropped off just now is because his bike dropped a couple of gears, so he only had 3rd onwards during race 1. And apparently the team should have fixed it, but perhaps something went wrong.
Yeah, you can see from the weather right now, it's really dark in the background.
Yeah, but it's hot and sunny weather, yeah.
Yeah, it's still hot, but just the whole background, it doesn't really inspire much confidence, you see.
Yeah, but I bet the riders wanna get going, not wanna hang around too long on the grid. Okay, tires warmed up, and Fuad still around, Azwar Malik and Jin Hao. I helped them on the grid just now. I looked into their eyes. Man, these guys are determined. Look to the left of your screen, pit lane. It's going to be a pit lane start for Hairi just now, 236.
Right.
But on cold tires, bro.
Yeah, but I'm hoping to see from TVG. There's a lot of hope coming from TVG, coming from Team Hiab A Suzuki Racing. We would expect some more performance coming from him right now.
Okay, it's the green crag in the back. It could be any time right now. Yep.
I guess.
Who's it going to be? Out the whole shot? Fuad, Azam Malik, Jin Hao, or will it be from the second row? Jin, Dominic, or Diraj?
Everyone's going to be ready.
Go!
That's a goal. Race go.
That was quick.
Go. That was quick. I bet this got everyone off guard. Fuad still having the lead.
Yeah, Fuad's got it. Fuad's got it into turn one.
Azwan coming from the inside.
Far deep on the inside, and he gets
deep
it. It's Azwan.
Is it a switch? There's a switch back from Fuad. Coming from behind, there's Jihao. On the left-hander, into the right-hander. A lot of people is actually avoiding the white patch.
Yeah. That was from the earlier session as well. Coming down turn 3. Flat out
There's
and
a different
fast.
position from Azwan right now. He took over on turn 1, but being overtaken by Fuad again.
Nope. He just got him on the brakes for turn 4. Brilliant move. On cold tires, mind you. And
Fuad is still charging hard behind Azwan.
So it looks like a change of fortunes. Just now during race 1, it was Azwan who stayed back during lap 1, got the tires warm, then he attacked. But
I mean,
this time...
this is pretty much a classic of Azwan. He has always been a calculative rider. So, he reserved his tire, he reserved his strategy. And right now, I guess he's using all of his strategy right now to avoid Fuad from overtaking him again.
But Fuad is not giving him any chances at all.
It's not close at all. It's really, really not close.
Yeah, not into turn 9. It's not going to happen now. Banked right over. Fuad takes a different line.
I think
so
he
does
did some mistake
Azwan.
Over there.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think out from turn 9, there's some
He
mistake
slid
over
it
there.
slightly?
Yeah.
Oh, it's close. Look, this is a mirror image of what happened earlier. So into the corners, on the brakes, it is now Fuad that catches up.
Fuad is trying to get from the inside. I guess Fuad is a little bit impatient with Azwan's pace.
He's attacking.
He's attacking. He's really attacking. But you know what? MSF is all about attacking.
You only have 5 laps to do it.
Yeah, you only have 5 laps. As you can see, Azwan is covering all the widest line ever. And Fuad is coming from the inner. But I can see that he's trying to attack. Let's just see from the turn 15 onwards.
Okay, coming down the back straight, heading towards turn 15. They're both hard on the brakes.
Fuad is coming from the inside.
No.
Nah, he gave it up.
He changes line. He's going to attack. Azwan was shallow just now. Will he be able to maintain his pace going down the front straight?
Well, the front straight is going to be a game changer. As we know, there's a white patch over there. There's a lot of powders. Are they going to choose a different line? Are they going to take a risk? Fuad is coming from inside of Azwan Malik, hard on the brake.
Oh, it's a good fight.
Azwan covered it very, very well. Fuad runs slightly a little bit wider than Azwan, coming on turn 2.
Okay, looking down towards the back, Jiahao is third. Zul Azmi up to 4th. He's a B rider.
Yeah, Zuazmi has been always a rider that has been clocking below 220s. So rightfully, I would think that he would actually participate in Group A instead.
Yeah. Well, he's currently 4th, ahead of Jin, and then ahead of Azmi, who's also a B rider.
What's surprising is there's a change of class where Falik was actually leading the whole Group B back then, and right now is up to
He's down,
Azmi.
man.
Yeah, he's up to Azmi.
Falik is down in 5th, I think, in class at the moment.
Yeah, but what's interesting about Azmi and also Falik, they both came from Group C. They've upgraded Group B, and I guess from that timing, they're pretty much challenging the Group A's boys right now.
Okay, so it's a good fight. If we're looking at the clocks for 4th, 5th, 6th position, it's pretty close. Pretty close if you go down a little bit. Okay, looking at Super 400. It is Jalani again in the lead, ahead of Azri, ahead of Anthony Eagle. That's a fabulous name, bro.
Yeah, I mean
Eagle.
Anthony Eagle.
What's your name, Eagle? Spread Eagle. Desert Eagle.
Oh, that's something is wrong with the bike. It couldn't start. It's on the straight. I doubt it was a crash.
Turn 4.
Yeah, that's pretty much a bike, maybe a technical issues and stuff like that. It's quite a shame coming from a Kawasaki, seriously.
Bike number 16. Okay, back to the leaders. And, whoa, Azwan is pulling away. Yeah, I mean, it's only like lap 2, but he's got a pretty healthy lead there. It's at least a second.
You can
ahead
see
of
from his
Fuad.
body position that, he's ready, He's ready for all the turns. It's been calculated. He can probably assess what Fuad could do on round 1. And this is up to his show right now. And he's stealing back the show. Back then on hit 1, Fuad is actually stealing the show. Now it's Azwan's turn.
Okay, and in third position is Jihao. Let's look at the battle for fourth, fifth, sixth. It is tight. As mentioned earlier, you got Zolazmi, Jin,
Jin
Nur
is coming
Azmi.
from the inside.
Nah, but behind them,
yeah, but
for a bit of a wiggle on that dust. So it is slippery. That is proof that it is slippery. Jin under attack.
Jin is running a little bit wide on this turn. In fact, you know, in turn 1 and turn 2, he's running a little bit wide.
It's Jin, Azmi, and Zolazmi.
Well,
Okay.
you know, everyone is, you know, Group A and B guys, they are the different breed. They don't care if there's, you know, there's a slip or there's a dust. They stick to the racing line, give their best, and you know, they're just charging on to each other's computer.
And here comes
Jin
Jin.
is coming on turn 5.
Into turn 5, Jin's gonna attack. Oh, back to the leader. This is Azwan. Laying it down. Turn 7 and 8.
We don't see a bit much of a movement as compared to hit 1, but you know, all the race leaders, they've actually swapped places.
Yep. Okay, we're looking at, this is it, the battle for fourth.
Someone's coming from outside, inside, outside, everywhere.
Jin's
Jin
coming
is
in.
on the brake. He's a little bit lesser on the brake.
He runs
a
wide.
little bit wide. Someone's going to take a switch back.
I think that's Zulazmi. Jin's got this.
I think Jin managed to push Zul Azmi off on the track.
I wonder whether
he
Nur
maintains the
Azmi
line.
going to be able to take advantage of all this.
Yeah, he's probably thinking,
You see?
you don't steal my line, bro.
Oh, this is excellent. And 3 different mix of bikes, 3 different colors. Suzuki in front. Is that Ducati?
On the front there, Jin is riding on,
Jin's a
on
Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Jigsaw, but... So Jin's pulling away. Is the 2 Azmis now, Nur Azmi and Zul Azmi.
Yeah, there's 2 CBRs right up behind the Suzukis.
Oh, nose to tail. Nose to tail down the back straight. Back with
to
the leaders.
Azwan.
Yeah. Good. Fine.
Fuad is still having quite a distance to cover
He's
from
trying.
Hazwan Malik.
And Jahao. But here come the fighters.
Yeah, what we should really be looking right now, right, is Jin,
Look at that right behind them.
Yeah, TV Jin, Zul Azmi, and also Zul Alif.
Zul Azmi, Nur Azmi. Yeah, but
So there's 2
even,
Azmi
even
right
behind them, this is Class B, and the fight is tremendous.
I mean, this season right now, what we see on here on round 1 is that everyone is sharing the same timing.
Look at that, look at that.
That has come from the inside. Someone just run right and just 2 bikes slip over.
Yeah. They're taking no prisoners, man, this time.
Jin is here having the lead on the turn 4 ahead of Zul
Azmi.
And also Zul Azmi.
And Nur Azmi. Then behind them you got Faye.
Lim Ki Fei.
Oh, there are battles raging everywhere. Too bad we can't see. Okay, so the Super 400 this time is
Well, we
close.
have it on the
For
screen
first
right
and second.
now.
Here we go. Is it Super 4?
Yeah, there's a Super 400 right now.
Yeah, it's close. It is close.
Just, I mean, the 2 strokes really have it on the straights.
It's between Jalani and Muhammad Azri. Into the last turn.
Coming from inside, Jalani tooks. Yeah, he just took it inside.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice when you can see, like, you know, 2 strokes and 4 strokes sharing a different
And
horsepower.
they swap over. Who's it going to be across the line?
They're all drafting, if you can see this. They're all drafting in one line. You know, this is very similar with Moto3, where everyone have the similar horsepower. Everyone needs to draft. Everyone needs to get that very inches of the race.
Okay, sorry
Anytime now.
to butt in, but we're not. This is 400,
Yeah,
but this is not
400.
A. This is B.
Yeah, that's where all the happen.
They're close.
That's where the actions.
And as you said, the family team, the KBSHM,
they're from the north. I think somewhere around.
Yeah, they're having fun out there. Excellent racing going on this afternoon. Here we go.
So this is the last lap. Azwan Malik managed to catch up with the back marker of the Super 400s in just 4 laps. And there's already a back marker.
Yeah. Okay, that was a fight for 5th, 6th, 7th that we're watching earlier. This is between the Class B thousands. And here they come. That was Jin.
This is the last lap coming in right now. Still the same. Azwan Malik P1, Muhammad Fuad P2, Jahal P3, TV Jin on P4 and also...
Oh, someone's dropped. I think no Azmi's dropped.
No Azmi has a stop over there. Is he entirely out of the race?
I don't know, but doesn't look like he's coming around anymore.
There's Falik on bike number 7, running tight. He's like the main concentration right now for Group B. Everyone is aiming for his position.
Unfortunately, he's down in 4th. So he won race 1, but right now, he's been left behind.
But I guess you're just here to collect the points. It's early of the season.
Yeah. As long as you keep it clean, race well, you'll go home with points.
What's actually missing from TV Jin is his teammate, CY Cool.
CY organizer, man.
Yeah, I would love to see him over in the race sometime. You're seeing 2 teammates.
I was looking at the lap times. So earlier this afternoon, they're doing what? 18s, remember?
Yeah, they're down
right
to 15s right now.
Yeah.
So you can see that, maybe they're familiarizing with the tires, the settings. Everyone needs to dial in the different PSIs and also, okay, this is the last lap. Oh, okay.
Missed that. We missed
down on
that.
turn 15. I think there's 2 bikes crash in the turn 15s.
Here we go. This is it.
Tight.
Class
this is
B.
tight. I can't even focus which bike is going into the turn 15
awesome,
right now. It's
Ini
crazy.
macam Moto3 ni.
Yeah. Everyone had a chance. So people come from inside and end also. I was like,
oh, love that 2-stroke. Prilia's there.
But if you notice, the 4-stroke is actually running a deeper line. They can't really pull away.
It's fantastic. Oh, that's the leaders. So they got lapped. Yes, Azwan takes the flag right ahead of that gaggle of B riders. It's a fantastic race they're putting on for us. So the winner is Azwan, second is Fuad. So this time the win is swapped around.
Jiahao still maintains on third, I guess.
This is Tiwi Jin. Tiwi Jin doing 20s at the moment. 220s.
Well, but essentially his timing is about 15 or 16.
Behind them is the next one. Is going to be the Bs. Is it going to be Zul Azmi Alif? It is.
Yeah, Zul Azmi Alif is on P5.
And Fitri, where did he come from?
This one thing interesting about Fitri is that Fitri had a last start on the hit 1 because his bike didn't arrive on time. He managed to climb up. Oh, okay, this is bad fall. Okay, who's that?
Can't see lah, bro. I thought it was one of the Bs.
Yeah, I think it's a B group right now.
Earlier, or Azmi or whatever.
Well, back to Fitri back then. On the hit 1, his bike couldn't arrive on time for the qualifying, so therefore he actually started on last. And upon the last, after hit 1, he managed to climb up. We didn't really see him, but it's a great victory for Fitri. Coming out from nowhere, back to number 6. He's just a bit second off from Zul Azmi.
I tell you what it could be. It could be the 2 400s of the Class A, because they were like nose to tail, and then now they have gone missing. I'm just speculating.
Well, I'm sure the Super 400 battle is pretty much fierce. Everyone is back to back, nose to tail, nose to tail.
Remember the A? It was between Azri and Jalani. I'm not sure.
You have this
Ahirin
from Diraj and also Dominic. Well, both of them probably have like a difficult time, throughout the race, on race 1 and also race 2. So who knows? I really hope they're fine. They'll be coming back and stuff like that. That's a celebrity one from Falik.
We're standing by for Anthony Eagle, and he wins it. So that is the
boy won it on his first time in MSF.
Fabulous job.
Excellent.
Anthony Eagle, Desert Eagle.
I'm going to go down there and shake his head, man, seriously.
Fabulous. Yeah, that's a really good job. He kept it clean. I mean, as we said, Jalani and Azri, I think, must have got caught up in each other and something has happened to them. They were leading. They were a good 6 seconds ahead of him until they dropped off the screen. So let's hope everyone's okay, though. Let's hope everyone's okay. We saw an ambulance with a stretcher.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the officials to see, who is it really on the stretcher and stuff. So we don't have that answer right now. Most of the riders are back into the pit. This is the end of Super 1000 Class A, B, Super 400 A, and B as well. Everyone's on to the platform, eh? There you go, the champions.
As you said earlier, the winners ride in on their chariots.
Well, well, you know, Azwan Malik is pretty much comfortable. Ahmad Khan didn't come in, so I met him in the pit. He wasn't riding, he just came here to support.
Was he wearing his hat?
No.
He wasn't?
Half bald, I guess.
He's always wearing his hat.
Yeah, but yeah, I really wish to see Ahmad Khan putting up another challenge for Azwan Malik. Right now, Azwan Malik seems a little bit too comfortable since season 1 until the next season, which is this year.
Well, Fuad was close, you know.
Fuad is close, but
Fuad was close.
You know what? Azwan being a calculated rider, you know, he actually dragged his time away from Fuad. Well, being the experienced one, you know.
So looking at results, I mean the championship, just off my head, that would put Azwan Malik in the lead of Class A with a second in race 1 and a win in race 2.
Or on the P2, I guess
probably
it's
be second.
Fuad or Jahal, I guess. Oh no, not Jahal. Fuad will be on the second.
It will be Fuad, definitely.
Yeah, it will be Fuad.
Okay, looking at the screen, so here we go. The results for race 2 of
Super 1000,
Class A and B, as well as the Super 400s.
So there's one Malik, P1, Fuad Hairul, P2.
Is Azwan still on a S1000?
He's pretty much on his R1 right now. I probably registered something else. So TVG on P4, Zul Alif on P5, and Fitri came out of nowhere to P6. I wish I could see Fitri's battle from all the way to the end to P6.
So I said he came out of nowhere. I did not see him emerge on the screen, and whoop, he's there.
What's interesting is that Shukri that came up from back from Group C, he upgraded all the way to the Group B by riding a 600. If you notice on the first page over here, there's only 2 riders, which is Mohammad Shukri and also Chua Sun Wei.
Steven
Chua is the defending champion back then in round 1. So Shukri actually overtook Steven in that sense.
Okay, looking down towards the rest of the results. Right at the bottom there, position 20 overall, but first in class for Super 400A.
Anthony Eagle.
He's all of, I don't know, 13 years old maybe.
He looks like 13, you know. I
tak tahu dah pancut ke belum, kita pun tak tahu, but he can ride, bro. He can ride.
Well, if he can do it, you know, any one of you could actually try it.
All right, the rest are the 250s.
We have this whole family over here right now. On P29 and also 30, Khairul Naim and also Fauzi Mustaqim. They are all from KBS HM. Their team came from the north, and they're pretty much racing against their whole family. Their whole family is a racer. So that makes it interesting.
A game the whole family can play.
Yeah.
Form of incest.
Yeah, Noor Azmi dropped all the way to 35, so we are hoping to get an interview. Hopefully, post-mortem report or something.
It's going to be Azmi, Jalani, and Azri. Just a bit worried about them.
Yeah, and same goes to Dominic and also Diraj.
They were from race 1, right? They didn't finish.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect them to be a front runner, but
they
something just happened.
I don't think they started.
Did they?
Don't think so.
Afiq Daniel had some technical issues.
I was looking forward to seeing how he would do.
After that injury, he had some semangat. He went back on. But he's facing some mechanical issue. Of course, Hafiz Rahim as well. We are rooting for Hafiz Rahim as well because his time is not too bad on the previous time attack.
Excellent. All right, so the next race for Super 1000, Super 400 Superbikes will be on the 6th
July.
6 or 7, I can't remember. The Sunday, guys.
Yeah.
So many dates in my head. So we'll see you guys then, all right? And we're going to hand over to the cars. And I believe there are a couple of pre-race interviews for the cars, so do not go anywhere. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks for watching.